Let's talk about multiplying when we have decimals involved. Multiplying multi-digit numbers, whether they're decimal or whole numbers, needs to be done vertically. So we're going to start by putting one number above the other. In this case, both of our numbers have the same number of digits. I have 2 digits here and 2 digits here. So it does not really matter which number goes on top. So I'm going to put 2.1 times 3.2. Unlike addition and subtraction, I am not going to bring my decimal point down and line things up. The first thing I need to do is just pretend that the decimals aren't there. I'm pretending that I'm just doing 21 times 32 because my multiplication is going to end up exactly the same. So I'm going to start with the bottom right hand number and multiply by both the top right and the top left. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. Now I'm going to move on to my 3. Because the 3 is right here, I need to start writing my numbers here. So I'm going to put a placeholder 0 so that I don't accidentally put my number in the wrong place. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. And now I need to add those two products together. 2 plus 0 is 2. 4 plus 3 is 7. 6 plus 0 is 6. And you'll see if I do my math over here, I'm going to get exactly the same answer that I would have gotten without the decimal points because I haven't done anything with the decimal points yet. But 21 times 32 at 672 is not the same as 2.1 times 3.2 at all. So we need to do something to make the decimal points count. What I need to do is count how many spaces in my original problem up here do I have after the decimal point. Here I have 1 digit, 2 digits. So I have 2 digits after the decimal point, which means I need to have 2 digits after the decimal point in my product. I'm going to start at the right hand side, and then I make silly noises to make myself go over 2 spots to the left. Floop, floop, and I put a decimal point right there. So 2.1 times 3.2 is going to be 6.72. An easy way to check is take off the decimal points and do some mental math. What is 2 times 3? It's 6. That means that my answer should be somewhere close to the number 6. Well, 6.72 is pretty close to just the number 6. So that's an easy way to check to make sure that I have my decimals in the right place. Let's do another problem. 7.13 times 6.3. When you're doing multiplication, you can do it a couple different ways, but the easiest way that I found, the most efficient, is to put the number with the greatest number of digits at the top. So 7.13 has 3 digits, 1, 2, 3, and 6.3 has 2 digits, 1, 2. So I'm going to put my 7.13 up at the top. Another thing that's very different from addition or subtraction is that we do not line up the decimals when we're doing multiplication. We do what's called right justifying, meaning that we line up the right-hand side of the problem. So 6.3 is going to line up so that the 3's are over top of each other. My 6 is right here. It's just like when I do this problem without the decimal points. If I were going to do 713 times 63, I would line it up just this way so that the ones are above each other, the tens are above each other, and the hundreds are above each other. Same thing here, we just have the decimal points included. 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 7 is 21. Next number, so I'm going to put a placeholder 0. 6 times 3 is 18. 8, carry the 1. 6 times 1 is 6, plus the 1 is 7. And 6 times 7 is 42. And now I can add. 9 plus 0 is 9. 3 plus 8 is 11, carry the 1. 7 plus 1 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 0 is 4. So I have 44,919, which is not anywhere close to where my answer should be, because I can look and see that 7, just my whole numbers, 7 times 6 would be 42. And 44,000 is not anywhere close to 42. What I need to put in is my decimals. So I come up to my original problem and count. How many digits do I have after the decimal point? 1, 2, 3. So I need to have 3 digits after my decimal point in my answer. I start at the right-hand side and I go backwards 3 spots. Floop, floop, floop. And I add my decimal point. 44.919. 7 times 6 is 42, which is pretty close to 44.